Hi guys, this is Lashad from Scarlet Moon Creations, and I'm back with a new video. This is my Beltane candle grimoire journal page for the pagan Wiccan holiday of Beltane. Hello all and welcome back. It's been quite some time since I've done this. Yes. If you are new here, I'm slowly going through a series of creating these journal pages, and you can find a downloadable version over on my Patreon in, I believe, the Ruby Rose tier. And I'm doing these to, make sure I have a page for each holiday candle that I'm creating. These are going to be 7-day pullouts. This is one that I've already made for Beltane and used for a couple of years now. And this is not how most people do candles for these holidays, but there are some cultural aspects for me. If you want to learn more about, the whys of this, please check out my spring equinox candle page video or the spring equinox candle carving video. Now, there won't be a Beltane carving video because I already have one and I don't want to carve another one because these last for a while. I don't burn them every day. Just for the holidays, but I do like the fact that I can have them around. Now, this one, since I made it several years ago, I did go with glitter and whatnot. But one of the things with these candle videos is the fact that I want to be a little more sustainable, and most glitter is just little microplastics, and there's no reason for me to be putting more of that into the air or the water system or anything else with these candles. So I'll be using herbs. Back to my fairies journal that was gifted to me, and this is what I'm doing all these pages in. Do check out this was the Ostara or spring equinox page. I do each one slightly different, so keep that in mind. But yeah, maybe I should have had a vine for this too. I don't know. Anyway, there's some pages blank. There's my Aries page. I was gonna say I'm also doing zodiac signs, so you can find the making of this page and the bath soak for Aries somewhere else. Now, I always try to map things out, plan things out, like my colors, what's going to go on the page and roughly where. In a scrapbook, I'm using a lot of greens this time. Here's everything penciled out on the page already. The candle, the title, which leave. It doesn't need to say candle. I think the fact that there's a giant candle there says it all. And I hold colors, symbols, herbs, and oils. And I need to switch that up a little bit. Alright, so first up, I needed to add some horizontal lines under my title sections for the page, so I'm penciling those in. I also lightly penciled in some lines under each of the ingredients, so better to keep them straight when I write them in. Next up, I'm going to start as per usual with the title. I'm using a brush pen to do it this time. And I promptly make a mistake because I didn't spell Beltane properly. So, fun fact I've learned from many other crafters and using a page from the back of the book, I cut out a piece of the same paper, paste it over, and then just write over that. While I'm doing that, I use some gesso over the candle. It helps make this type of paper take the watercolor a little bit better. And then I go in and paint that on and let that dry to come back later. So I don't smudge it, I'm covering it with the paper towel, and then get to writing in the section titles. I've forgotten that you should not try to erase things while paint is still drying because you will smear. And the markers I'm using for the titles are Posca acrylic paint markers. So yeah, I had a bunch of smearing. I went in and tried to clean up later. And then, of course, I wrote in all of the herbs, the colors, the oils, and whatnot. Those I did with a regular pen. All my supplies will be listed in the description below as usual. Then I went in and put horizontal lines under each of the titles to distinguish them and get some interesting spots mapped out on the page. And still going back once things have dried a bit more to kind of correct the smearing. I'm using a white paint pen here because just dabbing up the color and or using more watercolor didn't work earlier. Again, corrections are made on the page you can download, but I don't mind what I have here. It just takes a little extra love. But also, this is what happens when you're impatient or moving too fast. Mistakes. Next, I went in to clean up the edges of the candle, make it a little straighter looking with a little additional paint, and then I outlined it. The next steps are the usual with coloring in the wick and flame. It didn't come out quite the way it has in the past, the wick, I mean. So that's why you see me going back and forth with the black and white paint pens. It is what it is. But now the time has come, now that the paint has dried, to draw the symbols that I have listed on the candle. As a reminder, this is a 2D image, and so the symbols I'm putting are an approximation of where things are on the candle, which is, 3D in real life. So I always put a pentacle and then the name, which is Beltane for this candle. Since this is a fire festival, I put a fire symbol on there. I've also included a maypole, which is a dance with ribbons around a pole that is done during this fertility festival. And then I have the green man and the green woman. This is a time of year when there's a lot of greenery, a lot of growing things, and these kind of symbolize the divine masculine and divine feminine coming together and being fertile. And I wasn't 100% sure how these would come out with the green on green, and they weren't as distinctive to me, so what I did was go in and outline them a little bit better. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out the links in my description. Supplies are listed as always. 10% off discount code to my Etsy shop, and a link to my Patreon where you can find the downloadable version of this. Look forward to that candle making video eventually. That's it for me today, guys. I will see you in the next video. Bye.